Hello everybody, it's your old pal Sam.
Roxy.
And DJ.
Here with a little snippet from Super TV Showdown. We actually did a little preview of it on our Twitch show, but tune in Thursdays, 4 p.m. PST to twitch.tv/PlayNoggin for our live reviews of The Flash, Arrow, Supergirl, plus another show. But if you want all the shows, and I mean all the shows, go to patreon.com/onlystupidanswers. Actually, if you click up here right now, you can go right straight to the website. I figured out how to do the timing of that. It's pretty cool. Check it out. We actually want to talk about two shows that have returned to the CW, and I'm actually very excited to talk about this because this is a cool segue to announce the return of a show that's a cornerstone of Only Stupid Answers. The reason we have a Patreon in the first place,
truly,
it's Super TV Showdown, and there's a wonderful new banner that DJ's made. Let's take a peek. There it is.
That's a sneak.
Whoop, there
Wow.
Yeah.
DJ did a really good job. You're excited. When the 30-second delay comes up,
so
you're gonna like it.
good.
I know, right? Wow.
Oh my God,
My
DJ.
favorite part is Shaq's
really good, man.
Steel in there. He's there. You gotta look for him.
Look real close.
And if you guys aren't familiar with this show, if you guys are seeing it for the first time, you're like, what is this? This is a show where Roxy, DJ, and your old pal Sam over here, Sam Yeats, we talk about every single superhero show that the CW makes, plus everything else. And this show's returning next week to patreon.com/onlystupidanswers. There's going to be some more announcements there, but to get like the full package, make sure you go over there to check it out. If you want to make the fuller announcement,
I mean, you're gonna have to know because it's gonna be next Thursday.
Yes.
So next Thursday at this same bat time, same bat channel.
What's Bat?
Batman 66.
It's
the same
Batwoman.
Bat time.
Yeah, same bat channel is Super TV. It's gonna be live on Patreon or not on PlayNoggin. Twitch.tv/PlayNoggin.
There you go.
Just like this show, we're only going to do our main three shows, Flash, Supergirl, and Arrow. For the other shows, which we will be talking about, those will be Patreon exclusive. So if you're looking for Titans, if you're looking for Black Lightning, if you're looking for Legends, that will all be plus the other ones when they come out. Runaways when they come out. All that extra content will be on Patreon as a bonus, but you can tune in here for the live talk about the three main superhero shows. And you might be wondering, well, but wait, what about the OSA show? It's not going anywhere except to Wednesday.
It is going somewhere.
Yeah, except to Wednesday.
Yeah.
So it'll be coming on Wednesdays at 4 p.m. So that means Wednesday and Thursday you will be getting live Only Stupid Answers content at twitch.tv/PlayNoggin.
Wow.
And on Fridays, if you're on the Patreon, we stream our podcast live.
Yeah, and to get the follow-up stream for all the bonus shows that we're not talking about on the main Super TV Showdown, that'll be on patreon.com/onlystupidanswers. $5 gets you the audio version of that. $15 gets you the video and the live version of those podcasts. Yeah. Make sure you get ahead because there's also more bonus things that we're going to be adding very soon. It's very exciting, and that's actually a lot of the reason why we're even able to make a lot of these shows is through Super TV.
Through the Patreon support and everything you guys have done. And so we're really excited to give you a bigger, better product.
Please support.
Yeah.
So here's what I'm hearing. If I want to get everything, go to Patreon.
Patreon.com/onlystupidanswers. That is correct.
Double guns.
Yes. And also if you want to be part of our conversations talking about the shows, go to patreon.com/onlystupidanswers.
There you go. Yeah. There's so much you can get there. Go check it out. Please and thank you. But let's kick it off.
For a little taste of it, let's dive into the shows that we got this week. Not all the shows have rolled out yet.
We got new shows this week?
Oh, yeah.
We did. We sure did.
No way. Which one?
So we got Flash and Black Lightning.
I know, silly.
So
I see you pulling up the IMDb for it right now.
So Flash was a big one because we got the follow-up to the reveal at the end of last season. I think this is the only time any of these CW shows have picked up immediately after the finale. Instead of saying like, well, 3 months ago. You know what I mean?
What did we do after the island on Arrow? Not the island flashbacks, the island we killed everybody?
It was 3 months later, and then we had flashbacks to what happened on the island.
So we could figure out of the 16 cast members which ones didn't make it.
2 died.
Yeah.
But we're jumping right into Nora. So I wanted to ask you guys right off the bat, what were your thoughts on Barry's daughter, Nora?
If you guys aren't familiar, here's a quickie synopsis I pulled right from IMDb, so those never have any grammatical errors in them. After an unexpected guest from the future appears at their home, Barry and Iris must figure out how to get her back to the future without disrupting the timeline. That's Nora, that's their daughter, and she was teased last season, which I think was a really cool tease. It got us a lot of everyone excited, and we basically knew who she was immediately.
Yeah.
But it was I thought it was a very okay episode that had some real standout moments, but then when we got to some of the other bad flashy stuff, I was like, I'm a little...
So when you're saying bad flashy stuff, elaborate.
Let's get into time travel stuff, because the IO9 had one of my favorite headlines. It was like, the Flash looks like it's getting back on its time travel bullshit. It was getting dangerously close to getting back on its time travel bullshit.
I don't feel the same way at all.
What do you think? You hated it.
No, but I completely get what you're saying, and I understand your fears and your worries, but I think those are future fears and worries, and that's for next week, Roxy. I'm not going to worry. This week, Roxy's not going to worry about it. What this week, Roxy is focusing on is the fact that this is a really cool thing that I know the people in the room are actually paying off something from 5 seasons ago or whenever it was, which is
the paper.
Yeah, and I think that is a really smart use of what we're doing.
Yeah.
I love how is it that we zoomed in on this one little thing, West Allen, that's what we focused on, disappears.
Yeah.
Flash disappears. No, I don't care about that, but she's going to be my wife.
Yeah, it is weird that like Barry was surprised by that this week. It's like you saw it. You knew. What are you talking about?
And we've known this for a really long time, but what we didn't know was for how long. Yeah. Now we know more about that. It's a really long time. Could be even longer. We don't see the next newspaper. So
which, by the way, just a weird note, it surprised me that they were basically implying that Nora was like 30. And the actress is Jessica Parker Kennedy, and I could have sworn she was like late high school maybe. And I looked her up. She's older than I am.
Yeah.
She's older than you think, yeah. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah,
and so that means she's older than her parents are right now.
Well, I mean, like, not in the show. In the show, she's like late 20s,
maybe 30s. Yeah,
but in real life, the actress is she was on Smallville. Mm-hmm. She's been working for a long time.
I really thought it was interesting too with how she's playing off her mom and her dad, and and us trying to figure out what does that mean for Iris. Who did she become as a mom?
I gotta be honest. I feel bummed for Iris because Iris just wants to get her know her daughter, and her daughter doesn't care. And I'm like, and I know this is gonna be a plot line later on, but like, no, give your mom some love, man. She's there for you.
You're time traveling.
Yeah, I get that your dad died, but shows your mom some love. Come on.
I mean, your dad is the Flash,
and
so in theory, that should be more exciting than mom. You know, but it's still, you're right. It's like you should show some respect.
Yeah, your mom like raised you and stuff, so give her some attention.
How do we feel about fan favorite Gridlock showing up?
So the bad guy this week is Gridlock. Gridlock was great.
My favorite. No, that was the part where I was like, don't care.
Yeah. For the payoff of Cisco making fun of the name and then finding out that he made the name. Mm-hmm. That was all that. Honestly, all those little jokes I really liked. My favorite running gag was Ralph Dibny with Team Flash, like
thinking he was on
just
top of
just
it.
like for some reason just now realizing that time travel was a thing and that there were alternate dimensions, and like when they're trying to be like, hey, you met like 6 people from alternate. What did you think we said when we said Harry's from Earth 2? So it's like Earth also. It's like
that's fair. Hey, aliens showed up. Yeah. I'm surprised he wasn't like questioning that at all.
As a writing tactic, though, this was very smart because anybody who's starting with us on this season is now getting filled in a more organic way, and it was truthful to his character without making him look like a moron. Just kind of like, now he's caught up. Now we can all move forward.
Also, it's a good little callback jokes to be like, yeah, man, I don't understand. Why didn't Eddie just get a vasectomy instead of?
that was really funny.
So little jabs like that, like that were really.
He could have gone and done that like immediately.
Yeah.
It would have. I mean, I get the heroic move of killing yourself.
It was still, we all cried at that finale. Anyway,
I did like that she made some references, Nora, that were from like the New 52, where it was like, when you're fighting mob rule, you phase the plane through whatever. That's from New 52. That's like issue 4. He was fighting a new character named Mob Rule, who's multiplying guy. Like that's all he can really do. It's the same as multiplicity. But that same move, and that looks like how it does in the comic when the plane phased through those buildings.
Which was really cool. That was a lot of times with this show. They can't really come up with villains that are good competition for Barry, but if they can come up with like the Luck girl from last season. There was no real fight between her and Barry, but them having to figure out how to do it
played by Shug Hazard.
Hazard.
What?
Who should?
Somebody that my current limbo man used to suck face with, remember?
Oh,
Okay,
true.
That's true. Anyway,
You guys unpack that.
yeah. But anyway, the plane save.
Enjoy.
So when they come up with
You
creative
asked.
saves, was great, and I'm glad that they included Wally. I will say, I feel like they had a real missed opportunity, knowing that this is where they're writing off Wally for the foreseeable future. Where it's like, oh, you didn't finish finding yourself. Don't go back to the Legends. Go find yourself some more. They had a good opportunity to give him one last bone by having Barry say, like, wait, so there's no Flash for 25 years? And then Nora could have been like, no, Wally's Flash, and he's actually pretty good for those 25 years. So it's cool. Wally's leaving, but we know in the future he makes a good Flash. Like, that could have been a nice little, like,
Unless Wally
gift to
dies.
the fans.
Unless Wally dies.
No.
Don't do that.
What if Wally dies?
Yeah.
What if you think about this? What if Wally dies?
It was the
It's-
first time Kid Flash sounded natural coming out of anybody's mouth.
Yes.
You got
Yeah.
it, Kid Flash.
Yeah, you got it. Also, I liked it's like, don't worry, Nora, you got this. You can handle this. You're amazing. And Wally's just like, son of a fine, whatever.
this is
I'll
why-
face it.
this is-
You know what?
Wally's just sitting there like, this is why I need to find myself.
Yeah,
Damn it.
I saved freaking Elvis. Like, you've done anything. You just ruined everything.
That does bum me out. He's not gonna be on Legends because he was so much fun on Legends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
What
He
did
was
you
a lot
guys
better.
Think about the whole first storyline. Like, I want to be there for her first, and then him ultimately being there for the first time that she did phase, but him being so upset about seeing the first for the first time.
Make Barry look good, I don't think.
He was like, no, don't. It's like, don't spoil the movie for me.
Listen, future daughter, don't ruin my life for me.
Yeah.
Why-
Now I know
whoa,
I
selfish.
have to name you Nora,
Yeah.
so that's ruined.
What do you guys think about them kind of hand waving away all the time travel stuff that was such a big deal from earlier seasons?
I was very, very happy that at least they said, see, there are these hard points and
Yeah,
these
like my
soft
mom
points.
for some reason.
Well, it makes the
But
Flash.
At least they said something.
Yeah.
Because I don't
By the
really
way,
care
those
what
are
the,
definitely Doctor Who rules.
Yeah.
Those are definitely Doctor
good
Who
rules.
Yeah.
I didn't care what the rules were, but the fact that they addressed it, I was like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, you can borrow Snart for a second. It's like it's not like breaking the timeline that one guy just wasn't going to the bathroom at one moment. Like he went off, saved the shark, whatever he was doing.
Yeah.
Oh, I love you got teasers like when he fought Gorilla Grodd. He's like
Yeah.
spoilers.
Yeah.
And she also says Shui,
Yeah,
which is from
Impulse.
Is that
I thought-
only
I
from
thought that
Impulse?
was Impulse.
I thought it was. He took it from Batman Beyond too, because they say in
Oh,
Batman
it's
Beyond.
Batman Beyond. It's a Batman Beyond thing.
and
That's
he
what
does
it is.
say it.
Okay.
Oh no, he says mode and stuff. That's
No,
from Batman
Shui's
Beyond.
better. Shui's better. I read a review that was annoyed by Shui. I was into Shui. I thought that was
It's
nice
new slang.
future slang.
Austin, you say Shui, right?
All day.
Shui.
All day.
Shui all day,
Wait,
baby.
Sam.
All day.
Sam, are you trying to tell me that we might get Batman Beyond in this show?
No, this is as close as you're gonna get. Is XS.
You know
That's
what?
your-
X's is
Access.
traditionally Legionnaire, and she does make a Legionnaire reference to Lightning Lad. I think her costume's great. I think Nora's costume is amazing. And what do you guys think about her addition to the show? She's going to be a supporting cast member this year.
So far, I like her.
Yeah.
So far, I like her. What stuck out about what you just said more, though, to me was thinking about costumes. I'm so happy we have the ring.
The ring is very
thought that was
cool.
really cool.
And the new costume, the neck down, is also really cool.
What are you talking about?
Can we,
Do you have a
Austin, can you
picture
bring
of
up
the
the
Flash?
first one, the
Yeah.
first poster image of
Yeah.
the Flash?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it'll take a second to get there.
Yeah,
Hashtag
but he's,
Shui.
he's,
yeah.
he's it's so
Bits for Shui.
and it doesn't help. It doesn't help that we get to see the original costume earlier in the episode, and I didn't realize it was significantly less domey, and we've somehow been getting more domey. Look at how
What are
much
you
dome is at the
talking
top
about?
of that head.
Look how
Look
low
where it
his
turns.
eyes are in his head.
Look
and
where it
that far
turns
up.
and the angle of his face. What are you
But
guys talking
you
about?
watched the same episode I did. It makes him look like one of those gray aliens
I
with the
didn't
big
think
dome
that
head.
at all.
I'm glad because I don't want to dislike it as much as I do, but I definitely don't like it. Sam, what are your thoughts on it?
XS tonight says the forehead. There's it seems a little extra roomy.
Yeah.
And I think it's because of like impact. I think like if you're gonna crash, if he's like, I gotta stop the bomb or whatever,
Yeah.
he just headbutts the bomb
What
into
are
It
you
space.
talking about?
It does look like. See, that's the original costume,
Yeah, but
which is way
it
less.
looks the same.
Not
the
to
head
me.
part.
I've always thought the costume is too domey, but the original costume is definitely less
Can we talk
domey.
about how
But
amazing
really-
this comment is, though? Kate in the chat saying 5 head.
Yeah, it's more like a 25 head. It goes
Yeah.
all the way back around.
But I just finished my thought.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of that. There's no chin now. It feels.
I like that.
But it feels like there's a hole. You now see that like he has a strong jaw, but it looks stronger when you can define it with something else
Yeah.
there. And because there's so much headroom over here that it's making your eye line goes up. And
I know.
It looks like
agree.
his jaw disappears.
I think we just need to go with like the helmet from the
this
movies.
is Ewan has got it.
Yeah.
This is it. That
looks like a pee-pee.
Honestly,
it is a pee-pee.
When they show it, because I was wondering why Grant Gustin would let this happen. And you notice in the back, there's like a flap. It's like, I bet you it's more comfortable.
Yeah.
I bet you that's the reason.
I think that's how he turns his head, too.
Yeah.
So you can have the little flaps. But overall, final thoughts this episode, because I want to talk about Black Lightning, and I think we're all a little bit more excited about Black Lightning.
I thought this episode of Flash was really, really great. I've said it consistently.
Out of 10, what would you rate it?
Probably almost a 9.
Nice. I would give it a solid 8. I had fun with this episode. I also even enjoyed the little reveal of Cicada, who is not something I was super excited about coming into the episode. But his little moment was cool.
I think a lot of people were confused by that.
I wasn't confused, but I was just like, I will say I did like that his little stabby thing had the Star Labs wrapper on. I'm like, oh, it's some sort of shrapnel. What does that mean? I'd give it like a 7.9. I didn't hate the episode either, but
you just won't give it the 8.
Nah.
What the hell's a 7.9?
Hey man, he has to follow his heart.
I gotta follow my heart, and my heart says 7.9.
It's fine, bro.
Is Roxy cheating?
No,
Let's find
hashtag
out.
Sam cheats.
All right, let's talk about Black Lightning with the easiest title in the world. Don't worry, here I got it right here for you. Ready? Here it goes. The Book of Consequences: Chapter 1: Rise of the Greenlight Babies. Austin, I need you to know that that's the full title of one episode of television.
Wow. That's something else. Here's the cool thing that they did though. They had long titles last season. This season they introduced title cards, which made it cooler.
Yeah.
Like made it way cooler. Man, this show.
Bootstron 100% gets Black Lightning already gets a 10. It was amazing.
This show is so good. This show is so really good. It's crazy to me how it literally felt like it could have been the season finale of last season. It has so much momentum.
It's so good. Why did we have to have that erectile dysfunction conversation though?
That was a weird. Let's go.
That was all.
Yeah.
Everyone kind of agrees that was a.
He was like, oh, what a playful joke. I'm like, I wouldn't respond to that joke as well. I'd be like, no, that's not a fun joke. Let's not play that one.
It didn't even make sense. It was so weird.
Yeah, remember how sometimes you have a hard time getting it up? Well, what if your power is the same?
For a second I had zoned out, and that immediately pulled me back. I was like, oh, maybe that's why they did it. Because you were like, we're flagging a little bit with this heart-to-heart conversation. Let's talk about his
but
you're
the rest
weird
of the episode was amazing. But that part, I was just like, this is so strangely written. Why do you think that? What?
Yeah.
Like, how did this make the cut? And you know that the actors reading the script beforehand looked at each other and were like, guess we gotta say these words.
I guess we gotta make this
I
work.
can't really get around this one. No, I like the intro graphic. I think that's a cool way of like, this is the book we're in, this is the chapter, this is what we're dealing with, and it makes it like you have to like think about it a lot to see where we're at with the story. But other things that I liked the introduction that like Greenlight, everyone knows what's happening to the people now. They know about the people in the pods, and that like everyone's being heavily investigated, which is more realistic and more grounded than any of these shows are.
They say it like 15 times in this episode. Consequences. But
it's the Book of Consequences.
More than any of our other superhero shows. They're really investigating Jennifer even brings up like, listen, I shot somebody. You know what I mean? Like that's a big deal. Most of these other shows would have just whatever. She killed somebody. That's just another Tuesday in our world. You know what I mean?
Isn't Lynn who shot somebody?
Yeah.
And she.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Sorry, Lynn. Yeah.
But I agree. I thought that was like, why is nobody asking me about this?
Yeah.
I hit somebody.
Yeah.
Can somebody say something?
Mm-hmm. Also, wait, you bring that up. She even brings it up, and then Jefferson's like, yeah, I'll go back to what I was doing. It was like, no, wait, she asked you to talk about it. Please, talk about it.
Also, if I were to nitpick, I do like, I like how complicated the situations are. So bring the, like, it kind of seems one-sided, the idea of the families wanting their kids back for the pods, but also you don't know what state they're going to coming back. My nitpick is I liked that Anissa was getting the money. She walks into the church. Bullshit, nobody recognizes those eyes. She has such distinctive eyes. It's like, oh, Anissa.
No,
that's 100% Anissa.
You guys said that it didn't make sense when I said that no one could like not recognize Jefferson's beard because it was like the tightest beard.
But remember, it hurts to look at his face.
Whatever that means.
He has whatever he's doing.
Lightning.
What was the name of the dude that died at the beginning of the episode that came back and then died?
Issa.
And
Issa Williams, wasn't it?
I think so.
I was like, why did they do that?
It's interesting.
I thought that was such a weird choice.
You would think
How come?
Well, hold on. You would think a kid getting killed would be the most harrowing part of the episode. No. Him coming back, for me, was the most harrowing part. Like, his mom's reaction was was heartbreaking.
I guess because
What am I missing?
no, you're not. I guess it's because anytime I'm looking at the screen, I'm thinking about Nafisa and Cress Williams, and so it was Williams, and I was like, oh, it's part of the
Lisa
family,
Williams.
but it's actually Pierce, so
Yeah.
it's not a weird.
Yeah.
I was like, is it a cousin? What the whole
What is
time I was
that?
thinking like, how is they like what is happening?
Yeah.
But it's just the actors and storytelling.
You got
Yeah.
a little bit.
Never
cookie.
mind.
I did
Yeah.
think the name did seem familiar to me. I was wondering
Yeah.
if it was a comic character, but I couldn't pin it.
I'm
but
not
it's
sure,
interesting
but
that
his powers are they're awful for
bringing
him.
out. I assume your inner thoughts.
Yeah.
Possibly negative thoughts, but like that whole situation was just a nightmare.
And you don't die.
Yeah.
and you don't
which
die.
seems
The
to be like a
mom.
green light go-to. But because Tattooed Man came back as well, so maybe that's part of some of the green light stuff.
Speaking of dangerous powers, how did you guys feel about Jennifer's powers and the raising from the bed and the
That's super cool.
all of
Yeah, I was gonna say everybody was freaking out and be like, Jennifer, calm down. This is so cool.
Yeah.
This is so cool what you're doing.
Her
I
dad.
mean, granted, you hurt your mom, but like it looks so cool.
I like when her mom was like, "Get away from me!" It's like, calm down. It's your daughter. She's
Yeah.
not gonna do anything. But she did almost like murder
Yeah, that was horrible.
you and your dad.
She looked a lot. What's the name of the girl on Runaways? That like
Oops.
clothes.
you know the
On my
Runaways
favorite
better than
show.
us.
On my favorite show. You guys know what I'm talking
Rainbow
about.
Girl, Rainbow Bright, the Scientology
Yeah.
Rainbow Bright. Yeah,
You guys know what I'm talking about.
No.
She's like
she's got the power of Scientology.
she's blonde.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that's
what. Yeah, the
yeah.
Scientology girl. Yeah,
Yeah.
Scientology girl, blonde.
What is her name? We don't know. Whatever her name
power
is.
of
It looked
Tom
like that.
Cruise
Like when you
was
rainbow
strong.
through you. Like I like powers that sometimes these superhero shows just do like these random powers, and sometimes they take the girl that they're hoping that all of the CW like guys that are watching fall in love with, and they give them like sexy looking powers. And this is like a really sexy looking power. It's like rainbow colors and like she's floating and
Yeah.
there's all these things, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm too old. Like I am too old.
You are
to be
not
looking
wrong.
at you
It's like, oh,
this.
look how horrible it is. It's like she's kind of just sitting in her bathtub and fireflies are in the room.
Yeah,
Like, this is
and she's
kind of
like,
cool,
oh,
yeah.
It's like wind is blowing, and she's like, "Oh, these powers, these powers." And I'm
Oh, it's like, oh, I get to fly.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
woe
no,
is me.
man.
It still is, like, it actually is awful, but you're making it look so
So
pretty.
It looks so
Yeah.
appealing.
Yeah, and Tobias, let's talk about the villains, because you have the assistant from the school now, like, going on the run
who
because
is
she's
clearly way more capable than we thought she was. 'Cause
Yeah.
she's got those spike heels.
the high heel to the neck.
I need those. Where do I get those?
We'll
that
get it.
moment,
That's a big goal.
that moment
it's
was
for heel spikes.
that moment was a bit too much for me, if I'm being honest. The heel spikes were like, okay, this is silly.
Again, another one of those moments where I was like, these two girls going up against each other, kicking butt is amazing, but like looking at them in their really high heels and their
Yeah.
fancy outfits, it was just like, dude, take off your shoes quicker. Like,
And then actually,
you're
maybe
in
that's
a
why.
tight little dress.
That's
like,
what maybe I thought the heels were silly, other than the fact that they were silly. I thought she was taking, like, cool, we're going to fight. She was going to take her shoes off to fight. I'm like, dope. And then they become
Yeah.
weapons. I'm like,
yeah,
Just in case.
yeah. I am kind
That's
of bummed.
pretty lucky that she had the shoes that did that.
I am kind of bummed that we lost Cyanide theoretically. People are coming back from the dead right and left on this show.
You were a big fan
I just
of
thought
Cyanide.
she was a cool hench person, which is probably her death probably had the amount of impact they wanted to. Like, oh, a character I recognize is dead. Oh no.
Her high heels are about as understandable as the poison that came out of that kid that they turned into darts that fly out of his wrist gauntlets.
Solid point.
And he grew
but I
hair
just didn't
real
expect
fast.
it. I just didn't expect it from the assistant lady. By the way, her screams of pain when the harpoon went in her are the most realistic. Like, I was like, oh my god, this woman's dying.
He's
like,
used that before, right?
I know, but that for some reason it affected me much more in that situation.
No, I just mean he's used
Yes.
that. That's
Yeah,
not because you got to have the whale image or whatever.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. But-
Which I liked it, and she still like tried to fight, and I'm like, no, I don't know if you killed yourself or whatever, but like you're like, I don't want to know what you're gonna do to me. I'm
Yeah.
just gonna get out of here.
Yeah.
You bungled it immediately. That you didn't. You came in there to you know what his deal is.
Yeah, exactly.
Nothing bulletproof.
Yeah.
Nothing harpoon proof, which is something we got to think about now.
we got to think about the harpoons. So overall, what did we think about this episode?
Roxy.
Hesitation.
No, I think it was really good, but I actually don't think I liked it as much as Flash. So I would give it an 8.5.
There you go. Sam is suspicious.
I didn't love the money part of it, and
Yeah.
that was a big chunk.
What do you mean the money? Oh, when she was getting the money? I thought those action sequences
No,
were rad.
that looked really cool, but just the concept that she's gone rogue, that she's stealing from people who steal, like the Robin Hood aspect,
Yeah.
and then like And then her walking in, everybody being so afraid. It just kind of took me out of the storyline for a second. And it wasn't my favorite part of the episode, and we spent a long time on it.
Interesting.
But I still really I love the show, and I like the episode a lot. But
Sam, what would you give it?
I have to believe that Roxy now hates this show. Also, 100 bits for Roxy's heel spikes. We'll get them for you. I'll give it an 8.5, which is the same score you gave it, but it's now higher than... it's like an 8.59. It's real close. Yeah. 10 out of 10 from Otaku. 3.
I'll give it a 9.
Out of?
10.
Huh. And you were an 8 for Flash? Yeah. So you and I are... Oh no, 8.5.
Yeah.
Zarel 13, the whole church pulling out all of the guns at once. I was like, oh. When I'm like, oh, this is a little unbelievable, but
that's what I'm saying. Like, I didn't like that part. No. It just was and the ED part was really off-putting to me.
No.
Well, we clipped it, so let's play a little clip of it right now.
All right, so that is your sneak peek at Super TV Showdown. All our shows are coming back next week, and so the full show, Super TV Showdown, will be coming back to twitch.tv/PlayNoggin next Thursday at 4 p.m. And if you want our full coverage of every superhero show, we got Titans, we got Black Lightning, we got Legends, we got all of them.
Gotham, you always forget Gotham.
Gotham is the backbone of the show.
Whatever.
Okay, anyway, so patreon.com/onlystupid answers. That's where you want to go for all of our bonus content and more. So check that out, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.